First and foremost, there isn't much of a future in the handheld console market for any of the big three video game hardware developers. Nintendo has the best chance of staying alive in this market, but there isn't much future left for Sony, let alone Microsoft if they were to enter the arena. The biggest reason for this is the massive increase in the power and availability of smartphones and tablets. Handheld gaming used to be huge. Nintendo struck gold when they created the Game Boy back in 1989. The handheld went on to sell over 100 million units worldwide. Nintendo's successor to the Game Boy Advance, also did well, selling over 80 million units in its lifetime. Likewise, their most recent handheld, the 3DS, is also selling well at around 54 million units. However, sales have massively slowed down compared to its predecessors. The slowdown for Sony has been significantly worse. The PlayStation Portable, or PSP, which was the company's first entry into the handheld market, was a success with roughly 82 million units sold. Their latest handheld, however, the PlayStation Vita, has not been anywhere near as successful as its predecessors. Since its launch in 2011, it's only sold around 5 million units worldwide. To put this in some context, the PlayStation 4 launched only 2 years ago and has sold around 30 million units. Gaming on handheld consoles might be less popular, but gaming on the go is just as popular as ever, if not more. The ongoing advance in smartphone technology has made it possible for nearly everyone to play a game while riding a bus or train, or while sitting in a waiting room. It's estimated that there are currently 1.2 to 1.4 billion iPhones in use as of the making of this video. This isn't the number sold, but the number actively being used every day. In just the first week of January of 2015, Apple customers spent nearly $500 million on apps for their phones. While Apple does have the largest market share, there are also Android, Windows Mobile, BlackBerry, and other phones. Smartphone gaming has become so popular that even Nintendo has taken notice. Up till now, the only way you have ever been able to play a Nintendo game has been on a Nintendo console or handheld. This is about to change though. In a seismic shift, they are now working on games for smartphones. The fact that the creator of the handheld console is now acknowledging the importance of this market is incredible. Though Nintendo's entry into the smartphone gaming market doesn't mark the end of handheld consoles, it is a good indicator of the decline of that market. Another indicator is the way that Sony has dialed back game production on the PlayStation Vita. There are still games being released for the console, but they tend to be smaller titles or indie titles rather than the AAA type games that mark the device's launch. Gaming on smartphones or tablets has many advantages over traditional handheld consoles. First of all, people see having a smartphone as an essential item. As mentioned earlier, there are billions of smartphone users. This means that the cost of gaming on your device is purely down to the cost of the games, and with so many mobile games being free to play, there's literally no barrier to entry. Secondly, mobile devices are getting more and more powerful every year. Where a handheld console is a stationary platform power-wise for around 5 years, smartphones evolve every year. The latest iPhones already have more power than even a PlayStation Vita. In a couple of years' time, they could be significantly more impressive. One of the major issues with gaming on a smartphone or tablet is the controls. Playing games with a virtual thumbstick just doesn't work as well as a proper nub. Oftentimes, a player will lose track of where the thumb is and move away from the control area, or the thumb is so tense the entire time that it's likely to cramp up. While there are lots of controllers available for phones and tablets, they nearly all use Bluetooth and have latency problems. If someone were to come up with a great controller without latency issues, it could really mean the end to the handheld console market. All of this brings us back to whether Microsoft should enter the handheld console market. The answer is no, just no. What Microsoft should do is make a big gaming push on their Surface tablets. Get the geniuses who came up with the market-leading Xbox 360 and Xbox One controllers to design a controller peripheral. With a decent controller in place, port over games like the original Halo, Fable, and Gears of War. With these things in place and the already glowing market share of the Microsoft Surface tablet, they could be onto a winning strategy. What do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and keep it to Xbox Enthusiast for more videos surrounding Xbox.